Hello, good morning. As you can see, I am not in Arizona, I'm in California, spending a little extra time over Thanksgiving break to be with my husband's family, with Gina's family. And I'm in a room right now that we are going to make over, so I'm really excited about that. I'm going to show you around. So this is what you walk into with the room. It is a pretty good sized space actually. And it's also got this built-in vanity side, and then it leads to a Jack and Jill bathroom and then into another guest bedroom. So we are going to try to do a little bit of a makeover on this. We'll try. I think this wood is a little outdated. It's not the worst though, but we were thinking of painting it black and then maybe even potentially changing this faucet and then adding a few accessories here. I feel like this mirror is going to stay up, but it could be changed if it needs to. And then that's the lighting we have right now. Really good high ceilings in this room and a lot of natural light. The theme for this bedroom is like a travel theme. My mother-in-law really likes to travel and she wants to incorporate some of her travels into this room and make it a guest room that people can really see as like an experience, but still not make it too gimmicky. Let it be a space of relaxation. So we're gonna do that. We'll do a little sitting area here, I think is what we're gonna do for the layout. Move this over a little bit. And this is a huge dresser, but there are a lot of options for how we can style that. Okay, so we are going to take some measurements. I don't have makeup on and I look dead. We're gonna take some measurements of this wall. This is not the best measuring tape, and I'm doing this by myself. Let's just try to determine a height though. So typically wainscoting goes up, I've heard 2/3 of the wall. Wait, no, that's too high. 1/3 of the wall? Because if you go too high, it's weird, and if you go too low, it's also weird. So half of the wall is not always ideal, but I feel like 50 is good. So I'm gonna look on Home Depot and see if they have a 50-inch high. Okay, so we picked up a paint sample, and I think I can actually get a lot of mileage out of this. So I will sand this down a little bit. This is by Bear in a semi-gloss, and it's the color Dark Secret. I wanted to go with black, or this it's almost like a purpley, it's got a little bit of blue in it. And I wanted to go with this because it's just gonna add some elegance to this. And without doing a huge upgrade, we can kind of change the look of it. So I'm gonna swatch it right here. Okay. It's reading a little blue to me, honestly. Maybe it needs a few coats. This is what it's looking like. I got a semi-gloss because typically for a bathroom you do a high gloss just because of the moisture, but since this is sort of in the room, we're gonna do a semi-gloss. So it has a little bit of a sheen and it's a little more protected against moisture, but it's not super glossy. I think that's gonna be really pretty actually. It definitely reads more blue, but I think a few layers it would actually look like the perfect shade. We did actually try to go to Home Depot and get the wainscoting paneling, and they had it, but they did not. Their panel saw was broken, so they couldn't cut it down to the height we wanted. However, my father-in-law was like, I'll just cut it with my saw. I'm not comfortable using a saw, like a circular saw. I haven't done that before, but he said he'll do it. So he's picking those up, and then we'll probably do that tomorrow, and I'll probably just start working on these instead today. The dresser, we're gonna move the layout of the room actually. We decided we are gonna move the dresser to this side and have the bed over here. I personally like to see the bed when you walk in, and then we'll do a wainscoting right here. Do a little bit of a peg rail right there. I'm gonna start sanding. I've taken all of the drawers off and well, it's actually very dusty, so I need to wipe this down too. And then I'm gonna paint this trim part first, and then I'll paint the doors. And hopefully we can get this done tonight. It's not really part of the main room, but at least we can do this and get this done. Okay, so it has been a couple hours. I've made good progress actually. I'm pretty much done with all of this. The technique I ended up doing was I went in with a brush first, and I would go in with the brush, and it did take a while, but I went in with a brush and I painted everything, and then I waited for it to dry, and then for my second coat I went in with a foam or like a paint roller. It is for smooth to semi-smooth surfaces, so I just used this and I kind of went over it, and it gave it a really nice finish. And then for the parts that were not able to be reached by the roller, I went in again with the brush and kind of just touched it up. So that's been working really well. I'm having fun. I really love painting actually. Like when it comes to like furniture pieces and stuff. I don't like painting walls that much, but painting this is really nice. And I have like The Office playing. It's just a very relaxing time. So I always enjoy it. It is getting pretty late, so tomorrow I'll probably start putting up the wainscoting, or I can do a little bit tonight, just get it measured out. And then hopefully this is done pretty soon and we can start styling. Hello! Do you want to see some room updates? It's the next day. I finished painting the cabinet last night, the whole vanity, and then I also rearranged the room layout because we decided we're gonna put the dresser on the other side of the room, like I mentioned. So let me show you what it looks like now. So I moved the bed over this way. We found this nightstand from HomeGoods. Very pretty actually. It's got this woven detail here. And what we loved was, since we're trying to do a travel theme, but we don't want it to be too gimmicky, we decided to source decor pieces and other things like that from other places in the world, so that it still has like that element of being made in somewhere else, you know. This is how the vanity came out. Look at that color. It's a good color to complement the space and doesn't look too intense. So I'm still gonna go in and seal that, and then probably switch out the faucet because this is also a little bit outdated. I also ordered these amber glass soap dispensers. I have these in my home and I've had them for years now. I want to say like 2-3 years. And I love them, so I got this. They come in a set of 2 and it's like 15 bucks. So I have one in this one and one in the other room. My father-in-law actually went and picked up the wainscoting panels yesterday, but he's gonna cut them down today, and they're both at work. So I'm just hanging out and doing a little bit more sourcing for some things that we might need for this space, and maybe for the other guest room if we get to that.
Yeah, the kids are right there.
Woohoo!
Hopefully it doesn't mess up too much.
I think it's good.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. No, it's not good if we can measure it. 55.
Nice.
A 30-second off.
Ah, do it again. Do it all over again. Good morning. Okay, so we cut the panels last night. We still have like some little areas we need to fix, but I'm actually gonna swatch the 2 green paints that we got on the wall. I'm out of breath. I just ran up the stairs. So we picked 2 different green samples. I always like try to see how far a sample will go. I wonder if it could cover the whole wall. Probably not. I got Laurel Garland. And then also got Herb Cornucopia. Okay, Laurel Garland. Ooh. Okay. Right off the bat, I like that. It's a bit dark. And now we will try the Herb Cornucopia. So neither are very sagey. I would say this one definitely looks like an herb. That's Herb Cornucopia and that's Laurel Garland. So this one has really good coverage, so you can actually see. This one I went over quite a few times and we still got some color peeking through. Okay, my mother-in-law and I had a chat and we decided these are not it. So we're gonna go back and get more samples. I think we need to lean more into a lighter color and also that's more on the sage color spectrum with more hints of like an undertone of like blue in it. These are just too green. And on the paint strips, like they looked lighter and we didn't want to go too light. So I think we need to go lighter than we think. But I also got these things that came in. I bought these wooden pegs and they are just going to screw into our wall trim piece. We also got pillowcases in. There's a couple that are still in the mail. These are from 23rd by Deanne. I have 2 more that are in the mailbox that they very kindly sent us. These are handmade, hand woven in Turkey. So that is our little travel element. Ooh, pretty. It's got some really nice vintagey colors in it. Okay, we just got back from the winery and we are back now and going to try to install some of the wainscoting. So I'll take you over there.
But the important thing is that this is plum.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty much in the
Yeah,
center.
so then...
Yay! So pretty! It's up there.
So, yeah, as long as this is plum, then when we go that way, it will...
It's not gonna
It'll
start
look
going
good.
up.
This we can caulk and then
Yeah.
there, and then down there, I guess we'll have to caulk too, but you're not going to even really see that.
No. It's Sunday. We haven't made too much progress yet, and today my father-in-law is actually out all day, so he hasn't put up the other panels yet, but we'll get to it. I know. I'm on a deadline, and I know we will get to it. In the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and swatch the other colors that we picked up. Okay, I just got back from church too, which is why I'm not wearing painting clothes. Okay, let's start with this one, Milkweed Pod, and it is this pretty lighter sage color. I think this is the lightest color we've gotten. Ooh, okay, I'm feeling it. What do you think of this one?
I like it.
One's prettier, huh?
Uh-huh, it's really pretty.
This is eucalyptus wreath. It's more of a teal. Thai basil. Quick outfit change. There's Gino hanging out. We are gonna go with this one, which is Milkweed Pod. I feel like it was a good sage green tone that wasn't too warm or too cool. I mean, I guess it leans more warm, but that's what we wanted. We felt like these leaned a little too turquoise teal-ish, so we're not gonna do that. We're gonna go to the thrift store now and thrift some frames and hopefully pick up paint on our way home and switch out our faucets and get ones that fit.
All right, so what do you think? We'll put the
Yeah.
paneling stuff here, and then there, and then maybe some of this liquid nails, and then I'll just nail it here and here.
Yeah. Alright, it's Monday and we finally have all the panels up. We also picked up some trim and we're basically gonna make a little trim piece and a shelf. We picked these up yesterday at Lowe's. This will be the piece that goes over it like this, and it will be painted the same color as the wall. And then this piece will come out like a shelf. I wasn't able to record some of this process, but this part was the hardest. Cutting around this little window section, and we still need to caulk this part. Typically you would wait till all of the trim is up to start painting, but just because of time and because they're gone all day today, I'm just gonna start painting the beadboard. I think yesterday I realized that I've been calling it wainscoting this whole time. It's actually beadboard, which I knew, but I just had a big brain fart. I'm gonna start painting, and that's what I'm gonna do today.
Which toy will be the most popular of the Christmas season? Or they would actually, this is equal part.
Okay, so I went in with the second coat on the wall. I'm definitely gonna need more paint. I ran out, but that's fine. This wall isn't super secure yet, so I'm not painting that yet. It still needs to be caulked and like attached. But in the meantime, I'm actually going to paint the window trim.
What is double? And they just handed it to me. Idiots. The obvious symmetry of the face. No, you don't really got this set up.
I'm sorry, give me a cut.
And I propose
Bright. So it's dried now, and it didn't have to be perfect because I'm gonna sponge color onto it anyway. I got a wet paper towel and then 3 acrylic paint colors, beige and brown colors, nutmeg brown, territorial beige, khaki. All you do is you take your paper towel, and it's kind of like a big trust the process kind of thing, and it's gonna look scary at first. But you take your damp paper towel and you kind of just dab it. I'm gonna start with brown. Take it, and it's dry now, so you just go in and you just dab. And then I will go into like other colors and sponge it on just to add some dimension. But yeah, it is a huge trust process, and then you just keep going and going. What happens, and sometimes I like mix them like that. Just like mix different colors together. And the trick is never to swipe, it's just to dab. But you can already see it's starting to take shape a little, it's starting to have dimension. Okay, so now when the vase is like almost done and you're getting to the end, you are gonna want to now go in and add some dimension into it, because most likely you've been using a blend of all the colors, so it might start to look kind of the same. Something I really love doing is taking a brown because it has like a rust kind of look, so just like blending that in. It'll look like rust or dirt. And the best thing to do is just to play around with it. It's not meant to be perfect. So like this detail right here is really pretty when you get to like add some brown. And if it's starting to get too strategic, again, kind of sponge it away. Okay, now that I have finished the jug base thing, I'm gonna go forage in the backyard and try to find some branches I can put in it. I want like some tall-ish branches or twigs or something like that to add some height. I just have some scissors that I'm gonna go around the backyard and see what I can find. These are kind of sharp. What are these supposed to be? I don't know what these are, but they are kind of pokey. It's looking like I should just use these because they're all I have. I think these are weeds. Here's how the foraging turned out. It's just a lot of weeds. And I don't think it's quite perfect, but this is just to get the idea. So this is how our vase is looking, our jug. So I think it turned out really well. These little marks.
Did you do one here? Or you're gonna start here?
Should I do one? Hi, good morning. I don't know where we left off yesterday, but I painted basically pretty late into the night, like until 1 o'clock, and so it looks like this morning. So I'm still going back, and I have a few little holes that I spackled that I'm gonna paint again. I'm really excited to put the room together. And then I'm gonna show you also in the bathroom, we installed new faucets. So this is a new faucet. It's beautiful. We actually had a 8-inch set where it was like 3 individual pieces, and I would have liked that. I think it would have been prettier, but this is the same exact design, just in a way that can fit this specific piece. So we also bought a new mirror and new light fixture. Okay, so they're removing the mirror.
Can you get your fingers underneath there?
I am working on some prints. We downloaded these on Etsy, like as a downloadable print, and then just printed them out. And then we thrifted all these frames at Goodwill. I already did this one. This one's a favorite. I love this frame, but I also think the print is super pretty. So I'm just doing this. I'm trying to find different ones that go well together. Some will be like in a gallery on a wall, and then some will be on our shelf that we made. When we went to go pick some of these, we tried to do a good match or a good mix of like wood. I would say mainly sticking to wood is going to give you the most earthy type of look, but you could do mixed metals. I tried to err more on the brushed brass, like darker metals. So you can cut it 2 sides, but I actually like to fold because then you have a higher chance of it being snug. So unless it's like really, there's a lot of excess, I like just try to fold it and then place it in your frame. And this way you can also adjust it, but it doesn't look like you cut it, you know. And then there's like sections that are sliding around. So I like to do it this way. Two similar in height, so we need a smaller one.
Ooh.
Your thumb?
Yeah.
I need more height variety. Some of these are not tall enough. I just got back. I went to the store and I grabbed some finishing touches, some things I was missing still. I found this because I wanted to switch it out, something more tapered. Oh, that's cute. Just like a little more character. This was a little too straight and modern, so this one has a little more character to it. Cute. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna start moving stuff around and getting things done. One of the things I went to go grab were these candlesticks because we needed some height here and I didn't have huge frames. These add a little bit of height, and then I got these. They're like taupe candlestick. These are a great color. I think they go really well with it without being too modern. So the thing with gallery walls is you're supposed to like plan them out and you're supposed to map it out and draw a template and know where everything's gonna go. I don't really do that. I just kind of start. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to do a gallery wall on this wall right here. Okay, so the sun has set and it looks like my camera battery is dying once again. But this is what Gino's doing. He's cleaning up the windows, all the paint we got on it with Goo Gone, and it's working pretty well. And I'm gonna go ahead and make the bed. I'm probably not gonna be able to get any footage of it because my camera's dying, but I will see you later and show it to you later. Okay, I actually finished the room 2 days ago, but I haven't gone around to filming the rest of the reveal yet. So I'm gonna share it with you now. Here's a little bit of the before, if you remember what that looks like. And here's the after. Super obsessed with how this room came out and just really happy with it. It was a really fun project to do from start to finish and just kind of see how it started as such a blank slate earlier this week and just what it's become. So I hope you enjoyed watching this and just coming along for the process. I know I didn't explain a ton of things, but I was really learning as I went along. So I hope that it was a good source of inspiration for you, and thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video.